What's up, Amazon sellers? In this video today, I'm going to share with you my plans for December in Amazon USA. And by the end of the video, I'm going to share some personal top tips and advice that are going to help you take your Amazon USA business to the next level in December. Stay tuned. Right, if you're new to this channel, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I've been selling on Amazon now, doing online arbitrage for the last 5 years. Now I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller in the UK and the USA. Do make sure you follow me if you're interested in learning more about my videos and what I'm learning. Now in this video today, I'm really going to share about number 1, a recap of my plans for November. Number 2, I'm going to talk about what my plans are for December on Amazon USA doing arbitrage. And then finally, number 3, I'm going to share my personal advice, top tips and tricks for you that are going to help you as well. So let's get started. Okay, so let's give you a recap of my plans for November, what did I say I was going to do and what actually happened. First things first, I mentioned in November that we were planning to hit 179,000 in sales, and that was doing 100,000 in purchases as well. Again, the purchases will probably come in December, keep that in mind. To give you an update on where we're at as of making this video right now, we're likely to hit the target considering we still have Black Friday to go and we can ramp up our revenue and our sales. Now, aside from, should we say, the revenue, we're likely to hit 15,000 in gross profit and also exceed it because we're currently running at about 13,000 right now, and that's with 3 weeks gone. We've got about another week left to go, and by the way, sales are going up, so probably maybe hit 20,000. Don't quote me, but if I can say go above the 15, I'll be super happy. And that's obviously now got 7 days remaining in November. Now, in addition to that, I've also said that we're going to be addressing our issues with our repricing software. After conducting tests with different repricing software, we decided to actually change, and then now we've come back to our original repricing software since there were features that were just simply not present in other repricing software that we tested. The challenge that we had was to, should we say, set the repricing software up that was going to work. At a fundamental level, no repricing software is perfect. It really isn't, because you have to do a lot of analysis of competitor stock counts and the historic pricing and what's going to happen in the market conditions. Repricers don't take that into consideration, and they probably never will, because you need to get data which Amazon doesn't supply, and if you use third-party data which is scraped from the website, which we use with our eyes, you're against Amazon's API conditions, and hence you're not able to connect to Amazon to upload the repricing rules. So manual will always be an element of it, which is a real pain, but welcome to the wonderful world of Amazon. What we've done is we've been setting up this repricer, or our repricer we use, the same repricer in the UK and the USA, and what we've done is we've set the rules up in the UK. We've been, spending some time doing that, looking at loads of different metrics, just setting it up the way we want it to be, and now we're pretty happy with it. We're running it for a couple of days, we're measuring the results, we're happy with what's happening, and probably this week, just before December, we'll probably transfer that over to the USA as well. And to give you an idea, we've probably set up like 12 different rules. We have a full-time repricing analyst to do it, rules move between them, and we're working with the rules and min-max setting on an individual SKU level, which is quite complex, but it's the only way we can see of kind of doing the right process, but it takes time. What's happened is that with that repricing and trying new prices, changing them, we have seen a decrease in that ROI over the time we tried the repricer. Maybe we didn't set those rules up exactly how we should have done, but it did have an impact. But also as well, around the purchasing, I think one thing we are doing now is holding a lot of that good stock back, to try and get it sold at a good price during Q4. But also, what does that mean? We're probably selling the lower ROI items that are probably having an impact as well. But watch this space. Obviously, I'll keep you updated over the coming month or two, and you get to start to hear about what's going on with the margin and how the repricing is working. Now, it could be that, or it could be another reason. I am really just hypothesizing here. So as of right now, it's still, an ongoing issue, trying to improve that ROI, and it is something we're going to resolve when we transfer the UK repricing rule to the US. Hopefully I will find the answer and obviously share that back with you once I know more. Okay, top question for you guys. Just talked about my targets in November. So far looking good. I just checked on my seller toolkit right now. Pretty happy with the profitability of the company. Think we could do more. ROI obviously needs some more work, but target wise, I think we're going to hit it, definitely, if not beat it. So let me know down below, are you looking to beat your targets for November, or are you coming in short? Would love to know how we're all doing. Drop in the comments down below. I'm going to beat it, Tom, or no, falling short this month. maybe I can give you some top tips about what you can do as well. Okay, so this leads me nicely on to my plans for December 2022. First things first, number one, we are setting targets like usual. So important. You've got to do that. If you're not setting a target, you don't know if you're on track or off track. Very, very important. Now, what I will say is the difference from the previous month to this month to increase our revenue target to 269,000. Gross profit we're looking to make on that. Right now, we're looking to do about 222,000 gross profit. I'll probably walk out with about 15,000 gross profit, which isn't huge, but we've still got some stock we need to clear down, some other bits and bobs. So watch this space, you'll see how it goes, and hopefully that new repricer will help me out as well. Now, we might, should we say, have to decrease this. Why? Because as of last week, we actually ran out of money in the US. We spent, I think it was 20,000, we got 29,000 this week, but my team are doing a really good job. They are running out of cash, which is going to obviously have an impact on our ability to buy stock and obviously resell it. Keep that in mind. Now, the second plan is to focus on driving our gross profit, driving our margin. Now, like I said earlier, our money is limited, our spend. So what we're deciding to do is to focus on the gross profit this December. You might be asking what we're going to do to adjust or focus on the gross profit. Well, basically, as we're kind of hitting that limit in our purchases, what we're looking to do now is instead of hitting that limit as quickly as possible, we're now trying to maybe hit that limit a bit slower, but now try and increase the ROI of those products that we're purchasing. If you followed any of the lives that I've been doing weekly, is to say that, we've been seeing it the last 2 weeks, the team have been getting about 50% ROI in their purchases, which I'm really happy with. Maybe we'll drop 10 percentage points at sale. So if we can hit 40% ROI at sale, I'll be very, very happy, but we'll see how it goes. For us, it means we're going to be setting a target internally of about $8,000 we're looking to, should we say, make gross profit per week. Now, what I will say is not only that, but also we're challenging the team to source items with a higher profit and obviously higher profitability, net profit or gross profits, and ROI on increasing that gross profit margin. So watch this space, I'll let you know how it goes. Now, the third and the final plan is to finalize our repricing rules. Now, if you haven't watched my plans in previous months, we've been talking about repricing all the time. And I think everyone's talking about it, to be honest. Now, we've experienced issues with our repricer and we tried a different repricer, didn't work, came back, and we've made some changes to the way we approach the whole repricing, all the rules we've done, based off feedback, thoughts, consultations, understanding of the way we can set up to work for what we want. And finally, we've now finalized the repricing rules in the UK, and we're going to replicate that same system over into the USA, but we're still testing it. Watch this space, I'll keep you updated. Okay, so just talking about my plans for December. Now, one thing I did mention is we're having plans, and you might have noticed I use the word on track or off track. We basically built a system. We built a framework which allows me to, number one, take a 3-year goal, break it down into a 1-year target, break the 1-year target down into 12 monthly targets, which we then put onto 4 quarter trackers. So now what we do in those quarter trackers is we take those targets and we break them down into even smaller weekly targets. Now, what do? I sit down with my operations manager every single week and I go through that dashboard. I look at, where he is off track in his business, then we can trace it down to the individual staff members who are not performing or not doing what needs to happen. Now, we can have conversations around that, what action we need to take, and as a result, over the next 7 days, all we're going to be doing is focusing on getting that metric back on track. The one thing which I will say is I do teach this, I teach it to other people, and right now, we're not taking people on board. We've just closed the Seller Academy for November, but if you're interested in being part of Seller Academy for the next wave, I only take 20 people on at a time, and then I make sure that I give them all the training. We have, live calls with them to support them, teach them the entire framework. If you're interested in learning more about Seller Academy, perhaps maybe you want to see my framework and actually use it in your business, then what I will say is do have a look at the link down below, FastTrackFBA.com/Seller Academy. You can sign up and be notified when we reopen and perhaps see if that's going to be helpful for you. But have a look at the link down below. Hopefully it's going to help you. And hey, maybe 2023 is going to be the best year ever. Right, this leads me nicely on to my third chapter, which is really personal advice for you. Now, what I will say is that, we are doing well on US. We have ups and downs. My God, the road is up and down. And, if you see my charts, we're doing a great result. We've done over $1 million in 14 months, which I'm super happy with. And again, in probably a couple of hours a week. That's it. I really like to think I'm very much going into systems, processes, owner, operator. That's what I want. But there are challenges. There are challenges, running out of cash, making big purchases. And you asked me, what would be my advice for you if you are thinking about December? Well, look, let's just talk about operationals first of all. Number one is December is a great time of year. You're going to make all your money. Last year in the UK, we did £400,000 at $500,000 US in sales. Quite simply, what am I recommending for you? Well, you've got to keep an idea of how long it takes to ship in stock to Amazon. Why? Because if you've got Christmas stock, you need to make sure that you're shipping that in before, with enough time to get it shipped in, checked in, and sold before Christmas is over. If you ship it on the 25th, probably not going to sell in time, and the net result will be that you're going to have stock in January, which is Christmas, it just won't sell, and you're either going to clear it down for a loss or keep it till next year, massive storage fees. So what do I recommend? 10th, 12th, 15th, they should be the last kind of few days. You've got to check how long it takes. That's the time that the last shipments for Christmas stock that need to be sold before the 22nd, or should I say for the 25th, have to be shipped in. Number two, around the 20th, I'm going to be checking all my prices massively. I'm going to be looking for all those stocks, or should I say I already know those stocks. I'll do it beforehand. But around that time, I want to make sure I'm clearing the stock down or watching it daily, if not hourly, to make sure that those stock items that haven't sold yet, that I do need to get sold before Christmas, they're generally sold before or on the 22nd at the latest. Why? Because it takes time to get from Amazon to the customer, and you can't really sell stuff on the 24th. It's probably not going to get to the customer by the 25th. Obviously, not going to happen. So 20th, 21st, 22nd, they're really the kind of dates you've really got to be on top of your stock. Now, the final one, which I really recommend for you, is whenever you're doing your purchasing now, look at the keeper chart for the whole year, not just 3 months as default, go back the whole year. Now, the reason why I say that is the slight fact is Amazon doesn't shut in January. The products you're buying now, you want to know, are they going to sell in January? And if they're not, you need to make sure you're selling them before, but if they do, then great, you can get them sold. So look at that keeper chart, just not 3 months, go back 1 year, see what happened this January, so you can predict what's going to happen next January. Now, the final thing which I will say is December's also an amazing time to buy lots of great products. Keep buying, shipping in. Lots of people buy stuff for December and actually sell it in January, so you can do that as well. Just be very mindful. And the final thing I will say is when you're kind of in that between like the 12th going into the 20th, why not take that time, take a reflection to really write your plans, write your budgets, think about next year. Now, the one thing the advice I will give you is, yes, we write revenue, yes, we write gross profit targets that we're looking to do, we write a full budget, we have it in the Seller Academy. I have examples of like 0 to 30,000 a month, 30 to 100,000 a month, 100 to 250,000 a month. We have them all written out. Literally, you can change them, tweak them, or do it all part of the Seller Academy. But the one thing that I would also add, and like one thing I always try and do is like, yes, this is where I want my business to be numbers wise, but where am I going to be as a person? And hopefully if you follow my journey, you've seen this year, like I made a really big decision. I wanted to grow my business and make it to 1 million in the UK. Number two is the fact that I wanted to build better systems, and we've done that with the Seller Academy, and I wanted to launch the Seller Academy. Number three is I wanted to be around people who I could learn from. And I think that's a really key drive, and it's changed the game for me. This year, I've gone to Funnel Hacking Live, and I've really enjoyed that, met great people. I've also gone to a Tony Robbins Business Mastery event, and I've learned so much from that. And that was in person. I was meeting people who are doing like $500 million a year. It's like, oh my God, like absolutely incredible. But also as well, I did something personally. I wanted to learn salsa and be really happy with that. And I'm really happy now that I can actually dance salsa or Cuban style, and I can do that. And I've done that many weekends with my girlfriend. But again, this isn't just about your business. It's about your life. Think about where it is. And how are you going to level up? Who are you going to be around? Who are you going to learn from to take you to that next level? And that's something really important. That's why we created the Seller Academy, take you to that next level, give you the exposure to people who are doing, hopefully taking the business where you are not right now. And if that's something you're interested in, check it out. But really think about next year, where are you taking your business to the next level? Think about that mindset and who's going to help you get there. And it's really, should we say, there's a saying which I absolutely believe in: your net worth is your network. And that's so important. And again, who do you know? Who do you network with? And if you're looking at yourself saying, my God, no one around me is bigger than me, perhaps maybe you need to get some people who are above you so you can learn from them as well. Now, what I will say is, after going through my plans for December at Amazon USA, you might want to learn about, should we say, growing your business with VAs, which is certainly something that I've done, become an owner. And what I'll do is I'll drop a video around here about how virtual assistants can grow your Amazon business. Check that out. I hope you'll like that, and that'll help you scale up for 2023. Now, hopefully you like this. Give me a thumbs up if you do. And hey, if you think someone should know this video or see it, hit the share button, share them a link, and then finally hit subscribe if you want to know more and follow my journey. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.